What is up, SmackNPie? SmackNPie here. Today, I wanted to talk about hidden cut content stuff that was found in Playtime Chapter 2. So, Horoscoped and some other YouTubers as well, like the indie gamers, they went into the game files and found out there are some nasty, interesting things that's happening within the game files. Most specifically, there's a multiplayer folder within the game files. Now, let's just see what we have here. So you got the monster selector, you got multiplayer folder with base, objects, player, puzzles, and then you got a game, interaction, generator puzzle, and then even more so within the player you got Huggy Wuggy, Mommy Long Legs, Training Dummy, aka the player Mortal. This is nuts. This is insane, ladies and gentlemen. So not only we got multiplayer files within Playtime Chapter 2, developers left it. I think that there is no doubt, like, every game that gets popular wants to chime in on the multiplayer aspect. Dark Deception, every game that gets popular wants to go in for the multiplayer, right? And there is no doubt that Playtime mob games, they've had conversation how to implement that multiplayer for their own game so that it gets popular, you know, more stuff. I feel like this was purposely done because they're smart. There's no way developers didn't know that players were gonna look into the game files, look out of bounds and whatnot. I feel like they purposely left it in there just to see if people get excited for the multiplayer of Playtime. I, for one, have a couple of things I want to say, but before we get to that, what do we get in this multiplayer folder? Well, like I said before, you have two players in it. You got Huggy Wuggy and Mommy Long Legs, and you also got the training dummy. Then you have monster selector screen, then you have interactions, and then you have puzzles. And one of them, there's literally one puzzle right there, generator puzzle. Once you spawn them in, you get to see this wall with texture. You got Huggy Wuggy and Mommy Long Legs. It is ridiculous. A multiplayer Playtime game sounds great, but at the same time, there's not much gameplay-wise, mechanic-wise at the moment, unless until, you know, they add new stuff into it. Like, we were just talking about it in Discord, and, you know, I made a concept regarding, I was thinking about a Playtime multiplayer game where, you know, you have multiplayer mortals with one single hand, so you got like let's say three hands, blue, red, green, right? The way the multiplayer works is that 4 player, 1 is monster, 3 are mortals, right? Each mortal have one hand, one grab pick hand, and your task is to complete these puzzles, but each mortal can only perform specific tasks related to their specific hand, so not everyone is, you know, jammed into one section. Whilst the 4th player, aka the monster, tries to kill them, you know, makes the puzzles hard, cut the wires, so now you have to go to the other side, the green one, and have to, you know, do the electricity and whatnot, basically trying to escape this big Playtime company specific area. Just like, you know, skipping the train, skipping the game station, you can have new maps added into it, and basically the whole point would be that you're spawned into this area with one monster like Mommy Long Legs, Huggy Wuggy, and you have 3 mortals, and your job is to escape that room, escape that specific area by completing puzzles. And every time a mortal dies, his hand is given to the next person, next player alive. So now they have 2 grab hands, just like from the game, and now they gotta complete those tasks and get out of there until everybody is dead, basically. It's a rough concept, but I feel like it could work. Now, of course, there's a big elephant in the room. You guys want to drink smack? Playtime is supposed to drop as a DLC in one of the other multiplayer horror games, aka Dark Deception, Monsters and Mortals. You are absolutely right. Like, you are 100% right, and I have a separate video coming for it, but I gotta say, man, after seeing Chapter 2, I'm like, Chapter 1 looks outdated. I'm just gonna come out here and say how it is. Chapter 1 looks outdated compared to Chapter 2. So if you have Chapter 1 things coming as a DLC for Monsters and Mortals, that's gonna feel a little outdated. Of course, now we're a little too far into the development. We can't just go back and make new maps, you know, add Mommy Long Legs, but still, man, it's gonna be weird. So this is gonna be an interesting one. It does bring me back to that point when mob games said that they cannot add Mortal Grab Pack in Monsters and Mortals because they had their own plans. I feel like those plans were testing out a multiplayer for Playtime, and I feel like with Chapter 3 they can do that, release a beta for people who own Chapter 3, or maybe finally figure out how many chapters they want to release a full package like Playtime Complete with all chapters combined with a big price tag, and only those who own Playtime Complete can get access to the beta and multiplayer. I don't know, man. Look, let me know. Let me know your thoughts and theories. This whole video is just specifically to start a conversation surrounding Poppy Playtime multiplayer. It's coming to Monsters Immortals as a DLC. It has already been like in the contract. So we'll see what happens. Until then, let me know your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one.